Alright guys, welcome to this isn't a normal episode we're doing here. This is like a little special. This is our top 10 list of 2018. So this is
Yep.
Corey's script.
This is BDG reviews.
Alright, so I figured we were talking discussing it. We're just not going to do news or releases. We're just going to get right into the list since it's
Yeah,
kind of like a little special type thing.
yeah.
So what
And
do
I
you
mean,
got?
honestly, there's not that much news really right now.
No. I mean, there's some cool releases, but we
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much
about it.
discussed them in other podcasts and stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyways, man, so what did you think of 2018 overall for horror?
Overall, I thought it was a pretty solid year, honestly. There was a lot of heavy hitters,
Yeah.
of a few, not so great stuff, But on the whole, I thought it was a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Especially on stuff like Netflix and everything, where you're getting like more kind of like original stuff.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
just something I'd
Netflix, I
like to
have,
see continue.
yeah, I think I have one thing from Netflix on my list.
Yeah, I got I think two.
Yeah, I
One's
think I
in
know which they are.
probably. Yep,
But yeah, I like 2018 overall. I don't know if I liked it better than last year just because of it and stuff, but we
that's
did get
true.
Halloween this year, so that's badass. There was a lot of good movies. I mean, Hereditary and stuff, which we'll
Yeah,
get to on the list. But yeah, I liked
yeah,
2018 overall.
yeah. Well, what did you not like?
That came out this year.
Yeah, what were like your top three that you just really didn't dig?
Oh man, I can't really think of anything that I really hated. I didn't really seek out any bad movies this year.
Yeah,
Like most of the stuff I have seen for this year have been pretty good.
yeah. For the most part, I mean, I could just think of three that I didn't like, and that was Winchester, Tales from the Hood 2, and Slender Man.
Yeah, see, I didn't see Slender Man. I didn't see Winchester.
Yeah,
That kind of did
uh,
intrigue me, but now I'm not that intrigued. But Tales from the Hood, I still kind of
uh,
liked. It was really disappointing and cheap, but
that's the problem. I think maybe it was just the fact that the original was so good
yeah,
that our expectations were really high for the sequel,
yeah,
and we didn't get it. you know.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
I still enjoy it, but it wasn't that amazing.
yeah, let's put it this way. I I would watch the first one again in a heartbeat, but the second one you'd probably have to twist my arm a bit.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
one movie, it's I don't know if it's not horror, but it was the most disappointing movie to me was that Death Wish remake by Eli
Yeah.
Roth.
Yeah. A lot of people feel that way. Some people honestly really enjoy it, and
I don't see how it's so
I,
cookie cutter and by the numbers and just awful.
yeah, I think probably the people that enjoy it were the people that were too young to really appreciate the originals.
That would have to be it because once you see Charles Bronson doing it, Bruce
Yeah.
Willis can't do it.
No. No. Charles Bronson is on kind of another level.
Yeah. But yeah, that was probably my most disappointing movie. I mean, pretty much other than that, I haven't really, like I said, there's not been many 2018 movies I saw that really sucked. Like most 2018 movies I saw are on my list just because
Yeah. Well,
usually
it's
with the years I don't, I watch so much old movies that, you know what
yeah.
I mean? I don't watch a whole lot of brand new movies unless I'm pretty hyped for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like it's the sort of thing. It's just there's some stuff, that I don't know. Like I was expecting to be better
Yeah,
than what it was.
yeah. So let's just
Yeah,
start
like
it off. What were
yeah.
you about to say?
Got any honorable mentions before we start?
Yeah, I gotta put The Predator. It's not on my list, but I want to give it an
Mm,
honorable mention.
that's cool.
Searching,
Okay, that's good. Cool.
because it was a really enjoyable movie.
Yeah,
And that's about it for right now.
yeah. I just got three. First one was Ganjiam,
Oh
that
yeah, yeah,
Korean found
Yeah, I forgot
footage.
about that.
That was a fun movie. Uh, the next one was Mandy.
Really, that didn't make your list?
No, I dig it. It's a really great movie, but it has that same thing to it like the original Suspiria. I look at
Yeah,
it more like a work of art than as a movie.
yeah.
So I enjoy it more that way than I do uh, as a movie. So it gets an honorable mention. And Veronica, that movie from on Netflix.
Well, I thought that was going to make your list.
No, no, that got pushed off by one thing in particular.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't on my list, but I figured it would be on yours, though.
Yeah, that was a really solid movie. Honestly, if anyone's listening to this and you haven't watched Veronica on Netflix, give it a shot. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, that's it for my honorable mentions.
Yeah. Yeah, I only had two. I guess I could put Veronica on my honorable mentions, too. Make it
Yeah,
three, just because I thought it was okay.
yeah.
I'm surprised I had forgot about that Ganjium. It's such
I I
a
I know.
solid movie.
Well, I guess it's the sort of thing. It's not one a lot of people talk about.
No.
And I don't want to say it's easily forgettable because it's not. It's a pretty every part of it was pretty enjoyable, but I guess it's nothing new.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So now to our official lists.
yeah,
What's your
yeah,
top, or what's your bottom 10, or however you word that?
yeah.
Put your number 10.
My number 10 spot is what actually pushed Veronica out of the top 10, and that was Terrifier.
Oh, that's a 10?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a great movie, and honestly, but let's be honest, it's not for everybody,
Yeah. I mean, that
and
that movie had a huge buzz this year, though.
it did, and I so want to see more from them.
Yeah, I love a sequel.
Yeah, and like definitely, it's screaming for a sequel.
Oh, yeah.
And I dug it. I dug all the effects and everything. Um, there were just movies I liked. There were movies I liked more. Let's say that.
Yeah. Well, the
Yeah.
locations in Terrifier, there ain't that many and stuff like that.
No.
It's held back
I
by budget. But hopefully they make a sequel. I'm pretty sure they will, just because of how big that was this year.
Yeah, and I mean, hell, that is something that could be a franchise.
Yeah. Oh,
You
I'm
could
sure it
build a
will be.
whole franchise around Art the Clown because he's genuinely terrifying.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't get many like new horror villains that are that memorable.
Yeah. Well, he is on my list, but further.
Yeah, yeah. So, what was your 10?
My 10 is... I actually have Mandy as number 10.
Ah, okay. So yeah,
Yeah, it was on my list. I mean, I didn't think it was the greatest movie of 2018, but I thought it was really original. I really dug, Nicolas Cage in it. It had like a doom metal kind of soundtrack to it and stuff, and
yeah,
I don't know, it just had that like Charlie Manson type cold in it, and just
yeah,
everything about it pretty much. The cinematography, even like when they're killing his wife and all that, and
yeah. That scene was honestly one of the most. I feel almost like most brutal scenes of the year
oh
because
yeah,
it was just it was simple, but it was like you know you could imagine that,
yeah,
and
making
you
him
could
watch
imagine.
and just the
Oh,
cinematography and that doom metal, just
yeah,
music that's going on as he's like just walking around and stuff. It's just
yeah.
badass. And
And
I
hell,
like
it
that
has
scene too.
Bill Duke in it.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's looking real
That's
creepy
reason
too.
enough.
I
Yeah,
like uh I like that scene too where the dude's face is like morphing into the girl's face and then back
yeah.
to
That,
his
that was a good
face.
shot.
Yeah.
Honestly, like that director, I can never remember his name.
Something
Um,
Pasmatos or
yeah,
Cosmatos.
I don't know. I get the feeling like this is gonna sound wrong. I don't mean it to sound this way. It's almost like I feel he'd be better in like music videos,
Yeah. No, I see what you
but
mean.
simply because he's a very visual director.
Yeah, you know who his dad was, right?
Yeah, he did. Oh, what was it? Oh, like,
Rambo 2 and
yeah, yeah,
Tombstone. He did Cobra.
yeah. And it's kind of hard to believe, he does that, and like his son's doing the kind of like art house type stuff. They're two
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
weird.
two
The
ends of the
son's doing
spectrum.
like art house 80s throwbacks where the dad was like big budget 80s action.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
You could see where he gets a lot of influences from his
Yeah,
dad though. Like I was watching Rambo 2 a few weeks ago and there's a lot of musical stuff in it that
yeah,
sounds just like the stuff his son's doing.
yeah, yeah.
And everything
I
about
see
there's
it.
the scenes where Nicolas Cage is forging his weapon and you know what I mean, stuff like that.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of like
yeah.
stuff like where Rambo where he's gearing up and stuff. There's a lot of like
I love those
homages I see
scenes.
to his dad. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's definitely a really good movie. You know,
Yeah.
but like I said, it's almost like it's more visual than it is an actual story. At least in my mind when I watch it.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised it's not higher on your list, honestly, just because of those like Cenobite looking bikers and stuff.
I know they were pretty cool, but yeah, it fell down a bit.
Yeah. It is a long movie though. I think it holds it
It
back a
it
little bit.
is. It does. That could have easily been like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it would have just flew by. The first, I think maybe, I don't want to say three quarters, but the first maybe half of the movie is very slow.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
And I
because
get
just
it. I mean,
character
you're ratcheting it
development.
up, and yeah, you got to make them care about these characters.
Yeah.
You know.
I thought the girl who was playing his girlfriend or wife was super ugly though.
I found, I don't know. It's like I didn't buy them as a couple.
It was very definitely strange. You couldn't really
Yeah.
imagine it in real life.
No.
But that
I'm
dude playing the cult leader though, I think stole the show.
definitely.
And I like
He
all
was
his
just kick
cronies
ass.
were all zoned out and everything.
Yeah, I that was just awesome. That's the sort of thing. I mean, I'd like to see this director's take on like an actual like cult like Jonestown or something like that,
Yeah,
but without like all like the trippiness and everything, because he obviously knows how to
like the R. Kelly
direct.
movie. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
Oh man, that's a whole other can of
That
worms
would be
right there.
funny. Panos Cosmatos doing the R. Kelly movie.
That would I'd probably see that, honestly. Oh man.
So
Yeah,
what's
he's a good director.
yeah, I'm interested to see what else he does. I still haven't seen Beyond the Black Rainbow, honestly
Yeah,
though.
I've heard about that. Like, I've heard a lot of people really rave about it, and
Yeah,
I've
I've
heard
heard
other
people
people
hate it.
just like, yeah. I think as a director, he's a very polarizing director. You
Yeah.
either love his stuff or you hate it. There's
Yeah, I heard the
not not much middle ground.
yeah, I heard the Beyond the Black Rainbow is kind of like a 2001 inspired type thing,
Yeah,
like a Stanley Kubrick kind of homage or something.
yeah, I'd
Like there's
believe
not
that.
much dialogue.
Yeah.
It's like stuff you got to interpret and see. I'm not you normally in the mood for movies like that to where this means this, but you got to think real hard. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the fact of the matter is, you're going to see a movie. You're going to be entertained.
Yeah,
Um, you're not reading like Nietzsche. You
yeah,
know,
yeah. Where
there
I
are
think
other ways to get
Mandy
that.
was like that a lot. Like there was still stuff that interprets as other stuff, but
Yeah,
I thought I don't know the Beyond the Black Rainbow I heard is a lot more hardcore when it comes to interpreting stuff. So
yeah,
it kind of
yeah.
turns me off of it a little bit.
I know what you mean. I mean, the problem is also, like you see a movie like, I don't know, like take Evil Dead. You watch Evil Dead, everyone gets pretty much the same experience.
Yeah,
For the most part. Some people like it, some people don't. But, there's no one saying like, oh, well, Ash at this part of the movie it's like showing the fall of Western civilization or something. It's like no, he's just an idiot trying to survive. Like that's enough. That's all it needs to be.
Yeah, yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
kind of weird.
So what do you got as your number 10?
Uh, Terrifier.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
All right, what do you got as your number 9?
For number 9, I got The Predator.
The Predator. I made it to your
Yeah,
list.
it did just because really enjoyed myself watching that movie.
Yeah,
You know, like I always find whenever I watch a movie, I can forgive, like plot holes and all that stuff if it can keep me entertained.
yeah,
Now, The Predator has quite a few plot holes.
yeah,
There's a lot of
definitely.
stuff that happens in there that makes no sense whatsoever. Like why would an alien that's coming to Earth to like help Earth like go around slaughtering people?
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff like that, and like wow, how Olivia Munn knows all this stuff about the Predators, and I mean, off the bat, like they're stuck
I
in
know.
that like Winnebago or whatever, and she's got like that little telescope, and all of a sudden she knows the Predators' motives and what they're
Yeah,
about, all because of the DNA. It's like what in the world, you know what I
yeah.
mean? And everyone's
It
so over the top,
yeah.
but I
But,
still love the movie. I mean,
oh yeah, it's just really fun. And you know, you've heard about like the alternate ending that was shot, right?
I wish they would have used that.
The one with
Ripley.
With Ripley. It makes no sense at all, but it would have been a cool ending.
I mean, did you like the ending they used where the dude turned into like a transformer and then?
I sort of dug that. I dug the whole like predator killer armor or whatever.
So
Um,
you like that better than the Ripley idea?
I like them both equally, but what I like about what I wish they'd done, let's say that. I wish that a lot of like essentially the bullshit they just cut out of it. Like all the whole like this predator's coming to help mankind and everything. No, just make it that he stole a piece of experimental tech.
Yeah,
That's
de-
enough.
definitely. I like the fact too, the whole storyline of the Predator came here because they want the kid with autism because that's actually the next step in evolution and all that.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's kind of
something
cool
also
that made
that's
you
kind of
think
cool.
about the whole autism, like maybe like Predators consider it a big strength, where the
Yeah,
U.S. considers it a big fallback and stuff.
yeah, it's an interesting plot point for sure. I mean, I always just find it funny that kid walking around with the helmet on.
Oh yeah,
And
and
I find it
that
funny.
dude throws a can at his head and he blows the shit up.
I love that. That's probably the best death in the entire movie, and it's not even a predator kill.
Yeah, I know, dude. What do you
you know,
think of
it's
that?
just
What do you think of that scene though, where Olivia Munn goes to check out the Predator and he just goes ape shit and just starts wreaking havoc in that
it.
facility?
Yeah, it's the thing. I don't get it. If they knew he was coming and they knew he was like gonna like help them, whatever. For one, why would they like essentially chain him down? And then why would he go berserk?
Yeah,
There's a lot of plot holes, but it's so entertaining it makes up for it.
yeah. What'd you think of the whole crew of like Thomas Jane and uh, oh, shit, Keegan Michael Key and all them?
For the most part, I really dug like all the human characters, but well, I guess that's really what you have to do in a Predator movie. Make pretty much likable characters. Then
Yeah,
when they get killed very horribly, you kind of feel bad about it. Uh, but let's make no mistakes. You go to a Predator movie, you're going to see predators mess people up.
yeah. There was some real cool
You know?
gore scenes in it too.
Oh, definitely.
Did you
And
think?
especially with that big ass predator.
Oh yeah, that Predator was badass.
Yeah, I mean, how cool is it? He just like ripped the head off the other one,
Yeah, the
and it was like
reason.
so nonchalant. Just kind of like okay.
Yeah, the reason I liked it so much is because it just felt like how an 80s movie should be, like not taken too seriously. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Just like
exactly.
brain dead kind of action, and it's kind of like what Predator was.
Yeah,
Predator
this is
2,
a
you know what I
movie
mean?
that should have come out like 2 years after Predator 2.
Oh yeah,
It would have been a monumental success, I think, had it come
yeah,
out then. It's just a shame we had to wait so long.
Yeah, I know. And it
Yeah.
sucks though that we'll probably not get another one ever because people shit on it so bad. Like I think
I,
it's gonna be making a lot of people's worst of lists.
maybe, but I mean, it made money.
I mean, you
You
think
know,
so?
yeah, it made a good amount of money, and from what I know, I think it made a lot in Asia and stuff like that as well.
So maybe we
So
will get another one. I mean, the Terminator
yeah,
movies seem to keep coming out, and
I
so
know
we may
that's
get another
that's a
one.
series that should have died a bit back, but
Yeah, I hear they just do so good in foreign markets that
yeah,
they keep making them.
yeah. Well, hey,
I think it's good they have the foreign market to fall back on because it means we'll get sequels to movies even if America hates them.
yeah, I'm quite happy about that as well,
Yeah.
honestly.
By the way, after this our list, I want to do a segment of like movies, upcoming movies we're stoked for this year.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot.
Yeah,
So what's your number 9?
I actually have Brutal as my number nine.
I still haven't seen that, but I've been hearing a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, after like long consideration, it's my favorite film on Earth Films has put out.
Wow,
Yeah, I like it better than the guinea pigs and stuff.
that's
It's so good. The ending just blew my mind. And there's just something like I'm not going to give anything away for you, but yeah, there's
yeah,
just something about the vibe of it. Like I don't know, like
yeah.
just the dude he's like there's one scene where the main dude's at home just watching porn and he's sitting on a pile of heads. And he like lifts up one of the heads and it's like talking to him and he's like talking back to it and then he's like making stew out of like guts and body parts and stuff. It's a really brutal movie. It's so sick.
Uh, Hearing you say that, it just made me think. The other night I rewatched Venom,
Yeah.
and there's one line, and like, the Venom's talking to Eddie Brock, and he's like, "Now let's bite off all their heads and pile the bodies in the corner." And he's like, well, like, "Why would we do that?" And he's like, "Well, pile of bodies, pile of heads." And I just thought, like, well, damn, that totally just reminded me of that, which is pretty damn cool. I
Yeah.
gotta, s-
But yeah,
but
man,
yeah,
you got to check out Brutal.
that's one I definitely want to pick up.
And when you
It's it
see the ending scene, you'll know it when you see it. It's one of the craziest things I ever seen. Like, and the makeup effects are so good, you would
That's
swear it's real, but yeah, it's brutal.
hence the name. Yeah, uh, yeah. My only problem with Unearthed Films, I love Unearthed Films. They're possibly one of my favorite companies. Is the fact that over here, everything you have to either get like imported
Yeah.
or you have to find like a used copy.
I mean, how much could Brutal be to import over there? Because that thing's only
it
like $17 in the U.S.
yeah, not that bad. That one. The thing is like, then you got to pay shipping as well, right?
Yeah.
It's like uh, it's a little annoying, but luckily it's not like what's that company? My brain stopped working. They did Blood Diner and Chopping Mall and Vestron.
Oh, Vestron, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like Vestron where like over here you're looking at like $60 for a Vestron at times. It's like luckily it's a bit more affordable for unearthed stuff, but it's not a fact of like I can just go to a store and find it.
Yeah.
It, it would would be nuts.
See, you're lucky you even have stores near you that sell like any of that because
Yeah,
you know, in Sarasota, the most you'll find out in the wild is like an arrow title or something, but and
yeah,
that's even rare, you know what I mean? So like the fact that you could find a lot of like for stuff from Synapse and all that, like you're not
yeah,
gonna find a single Synapse title in Sarasota.
yeah.
And
You
and our
know,
like our only thing was FYE, and that's going out of business on the 27th.
oh man,
So yeah,
yeah,
I've gotten used to where I have to order everything.
yeah. Well, of course, now like they got like some like a bunch of sites and whatever have like better like deals like free shipping over certain amounts. Like Grindhouse is now doing free shipping in America over $60 or whatever.
Yeah, but they raised the price of the shipping if
Yeah,
which is kind
if
of
it's
lame to
below
me.
that. Yeah, I mean, I guess though it would make it worth it to like build up a catalog of stuff you were after, then get it all at once. I guess then, wouldn't it?
Yeah. See, I only pre-order from Grindhouse now, but for like regular titles,
Yeah,
I like stuff that's already out. I just order from Amazon now.
yeah. Well, that's usually the case. I mean, let's be honest. For most stuff,
No, I
Amazon.
used to be fully supportive of Grindhouse. I used to, even
Mm,
if it was a few bucks more, I'd order back titles from Grindhouse, but not anymore. I'll only do pre-orders, or if
yeah.
I walk in the physical store, just because
Oh
he
yeah.
he, he plays around too much for a store that costs more than Amazon. You should be playing around
Yeah.
like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
so, if I'm getting played with, not purposely, even if it's a
Yeah.
mistake and you're busy, blah blah blah. But the problem is, you know what I mean? I ain't got time for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I'll
Yeah.
I'll just pay the cheaper prices and get it quicker, and where I can track
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'll pre-order from them and I'll still walk into the store. I mean,
Oh
but yeah,
yeah.
I can't be
Yeah.
waiting 2 weeks for something and then tell me it's sold out. You know what I mean? Where when I
Yeah.
ordered it, there was 3 copies in stock. That's bullshit.
Yeah. You know, I get that.
I mean, it all worked out in the long run, but Amazon ain't ever done that to me. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, say what you want about Amazon. They're pretty reliable.
Yeah, that's what I like about them is you know what's going on through every step of the process. It
Yeah.
tells you when they're packing it. It tells you when they're processing it. Blah blah blah. Where
Yeah.
Grindhouse, you only know when it ships, but it's like, dude, there's no reason it should take 2 weeks for you to ship something out when it's in stock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I get it, you're doing
Sometimes.
the website, but that's what he kept
Yeah.
saying. Oh, I've been so busy with the website, so busy with the website, I haven't shipped anything out. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
you got to put priorities in order, man. Ship everyone's shit out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, at least now the website's up and running, so
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
yeah. I mean, I'll still
I know.
order some stuff. I mean, there's some stuff that you can't get on it, like that Mind Ripper.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like I
Have
ordered
Have
that
you
from.
watched that yet?
No, I ordered that from Grindhouse though, just because Amazon didn't have it.
Yeah.
And
And
there's
also,
stuff like
and
1031
this.
and
Yeah. And the sales stuff that he gets.
oh yeah, yeah,
Like that like the package I got just the other day with some unearthed stuff, it was a hell of a lot cheaper than I would have got it from Amazon. So
yeah. Those are those rare occasions, like all those Asian movies and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
But yeah, but there's a lot of companies too, like that Scream Team releasing, who does like uh, the Barn and 1031 and the
yeah,
Sleeper. They're always
yeah,
35 on Amazon. Like even if you look up the
yeah,
Barn right now, it's $35, but if you order it from Grindhouse, it's only 19.99 or
yeah,
21 bucks.
yeah. Well, I think essentially with Grindhouse, it's essentially well, it is an independent store, and
Yeah,
it focuses a lot on like independent cinema and everything, doesn't it?
yeah,
So that stuff you can get at really reasonable prices. Where I guess on Amazon, it's considered a bit of almost like a specialty item.
yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times, like I'll see something, and it'll be like a drastic difference. Like something will be like 25 at Grindhouse, but it'll be like 10 on Amazon or something.
Yeah, I think you just gotta shop around,
Yeah,
honestly, and pay what you're comfortable paying.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what was you had went before me with the number 9, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So brutal. So what's your number 8?
For number 8, I got Strangers 2.
Wow, so
Yeah,
low.
I know. I will not call that Pray at Night or whatever.
Yeah,
I still won't. I call it Strangers 2 because that's what it is. I thoroughly enjoyed Strangers 2, and I like it even more now that this. Have you seen the picture of the alternate ending that's not
no,
included on the disc?
no.
Some actor guy who was in. Essentially, it goes right up like how like at the end of the movie, they're in the hospital. You get a knock on the door, and that's kind of it.
Yeah,
In this ending, apparently, the door opens or whatever, a doctor walks in, and then behind the doctor is the sackhead guy,
Oh, really?
and he's all kind of like crispy and everything, and so it's like a definite like like shit's still going down.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I wish they'd put it on the disc, honestly, because that would have been awesome. Um, but I found that movie just to be a pretty much a perfect sequel.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised it's so low.
Yeah, well, everything else is kind of, I don't want to say original, but you'll see when we get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I loved Strangers 2. It's one of those movies like, and the soundtrack was perfect.
Oh, yeah.
All the
Oh,
songs and
definitely.
everything fit like a glove. And there are scenes in there that I still think about to this day, like they're there by the pool, and
Oh, yeah.
all that's
Turn
going on and
around.
everything.
Yeah.
And it's just perfect, and it works, and it's awesome. It's one of those movies that's sadly actually been kind of forgotten.
Yeah.
With like Halloween and Hereditary and everything after.
Yeah. I
It's
still
kind of,
think it's making I think it's making a lot of people's lists though. Still.
I'm sure, because I mean, people who are horror fans know,
Yeah.
and you can feel the love in that movie. You can feel the love of the people that
Oh
made
yeah.
it, that they genuinely liked the story. They genuinely, no one was like writing it in,
Yeah.
or like
What else
calling
I
it in,
love too is it has that Christina Hendricks in it. I mean, for
Yeah,
so little time, but she was that redhead, the mother. She was also in
yeah,
Mad Men and stuff,
yeah,
but they have her frumpy looking in Strangers too. But I don't know if you ever seen Mad Men, dude. She's smoking hot.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know, so I thought it was cool seeing her in like a legit movie. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And just how
That's
different they
I.
had her look. And that
That's
Bailey
something that
Madison.
always makes me laugh, when they transfer someone like who's usually on a TV show into a movie, that you get like a completely different vibe from them.
Yo, yeah. And that Bailey Madison, I've seen her in a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff on
Yeah,
the Hallmark Channel, just in passing. And uh, I don't know if you ever watched that movie, Just Go With It, with Adam Sandler and Jennifer
I
Aniston.
I think I might have seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, she was Jennifer Aniston's daughter in that.
Oh, that's cool.
But
Yeah.
anyways, so that
Yeah.
was your number eight, The Strangers.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, my number eight was actually Terrifier. I mean,
Mhm.
we talk a lot about that. I just liked it for how brutal it was. I thought the kills were inventive. I think Art the Clown's one of the scariest looking clowns in movie cinema. If I had any more room on my body, I'd
Yeah.
definitely get him tattooed for sure.
Yeah. I
That's the one
mean,
I regret
ugh.
not getting. Why I had room,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I mean, it's such a striking design. You're never gonna confuse Art the Clown with any other clown.
no.
You're never gonna show that a picture to someone. They're gonna say like, "Oh, look, it's Pennywise." It's like, no. Like people could be like, "I don't know what that is," but that's not anything I've ever seen before.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's a really solid flick. Yeah, and like you said, the gore is like pretty damn good. And
Yeah,
I like in that movie though that people are kind of smart.
yeah,
Like I always remember that one scene where the chick is like hiding from him. So she like picks something up off the floor and throws it to the other end of the like room. So he goes over to see what that noise was, then she can get away. How many times have I seen movies and I've thought, like you have something in your hand, just throw it.
yeah, yeah,
Distract them over that way, and then you go the other way. But
yeah.
you never see it happen.
I'm really hoping there's a sequel to it. They have to though,
I
just for how popular it was. Just because
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff that's not explained at all, like that woman who's being held captive, or you don't really know
yeah,
if she's being held captive, but you know she's like has the baby stroller and she like lives in the warehouse Art the Clown's in.
yeah.
You know what lady I'm
It,
talking
it
about?
yeah, yeah.
And then yeah, there's
It
just
makes you wonder. It really does. There's obviously so much more story that needs to be told there.
Yeah. I like there's one thing too I like where the first slasher I've ever seen where he's getting kind of taken over by the woman and he just pulls out a gun and starts blasting.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen a slasher do that.
No, I love it. It's just like a fact of like, like you are gonna die. I'd prefer to stab you, but I can shoot you too.
Yeah.
Yeah. This fact of the matter, it's like yeah, you are going out.
Yeah. That was the first time I ever saw a slasher do that.
Yeah. It was kind of one of those kind of like oh shit moments,
Yeah.
where you're like damn, this could be going in a completely different direction.
Yeah, man.
And I love
So,
the ending too.
oh yeah. Yeah, that ending was badass.
Yeah.
So we pretty much discussed Terrifier when you did it. What's your number
Yeah.
7?
For 7 is Song of Solomon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew
You
that was
know,
going to be on your list. That I
definitely.
had no doubt
I
in my mind.
loved it.
Yeah.
I really did. But it's just I found some other stuff to be a bit more, you know,
See, I should have put that in my
all
honorable
around fun.
mentions. That I should have yeah put that in Sacrifice as my honorable.
Yeah, I should have added Sacrifice as well, but I have a bit of a problem with Sacrifice simply because I just don't like seeing that much dong.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
brutal.
not my thing for anyone who likes seeing dong get ripped up. Go see Sacrifice. It's you'll like what you see, but it's just not my bag.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Song of Solomon though, I one thing I really dug about Song of Solomon, I brought this up when we did the commentary for it,
yeah,
um, is the fact that this demon that's in it has like a purpose.
yeah,
It's there for a reason, as opposed to like, you get excuse me, you get like The Exorcist. It's just kind of like, oh, we'll just take over this random girl, who was like playing with a Ouija board or whatever. Like, no, this one's here to
yeah.
bring
But The
about the
Exorcist,
Antichrist.
I think the demon was there in The Exorcist to bring the faith out of that guy, the
Yeah,
actual exorcist. So he was kind of there
but
for a reason, but not as big of a
yeah,
reason as Song of
yeah,
Solomon.
yeah. It's like we're gonna create the Antichrist, so come on, let's go for it.
Yeah,
And I loved the gore in it. Then again, everything that like Marcus Cook's people and whatever handle is like gold when it comes to
yeah,
gore. And
yeah. He's
yeah,
definitely one of the best.
and hell, Song of Solomon had his company and the what was that other company? Toe Tag, I think. Yeah, I think Toe Tag were in it. Yep.
You there?
Still, yeah,
Yeah, cut out
kind
for
of
a
went
minute.
dead. Yeah. So like it was a good effects team and everything, and honestly, it has some very memorable scenes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
I,
there
I,
was. It's gonna make a lot of top people's lists or people's top
I'm
of
sh-
lists.
yeah, I just love that part. He comes in, looks around all these dead priests, cleans up a bit, sits in front of the demon like, where did they leave off?
Yeah.
It's
See,
just a complete badass moment. I'm just kind of okay.
yeah. See, I really enjoyed the movie. It just didn't make my top 10. It's good enough
Yeah,
to make an honorable mention for me, but I thought Brutal was just a little better. Um, it was weird when I
I,
was actually reviewing Brutal. I was like, I felt bad almost saying it's my favorite Unearthed release, just
yeah,
because like Stephen Byro and all them watch those videos when you post them to that Facebook,
yeah.
and it's like kind of weird because they direct them now and stuff, so it's kind of like it's like damn, I almost feel bad saying this movie from wherever it's from is better than their movies.
Yeah, but I mean, if it is, it is, right? I mean, it's not taking anything away from their movies.
Yeah, I know. And I
It's
and I
it's just
think I even
saying,
said I like
this.
the effects work better than Marcus Cook, so I was like, Man, it's like one of those things like, damn, I hope Marcus Cook ain't watching us, you know?
Well, the thing is that's saying something right there.
Yeah. I mean, it still benefits
Because
them anyways because it's their company, but
yeah, no, but you know what I mean. We know Marcus Cook's level of work. So if you're seeing something, you're saying that it's even better than that.
yeah.
That that's kind of like saying, Stan Winston is better than Tom Savini. It's like,
Some people
yeah,
can think
one
that.
yeah, one might be better than the other, but let's be honest, they're on the same level, aren't they?
Yeah.
No, same sort of thing with Marcus Cook and the people that did Brutal, probably.
Yeah.
You know, they're probably on the same level. So, I mean, probably for them, there's no real competition or anything. It's just like, oh, wow, they did something cool.
Yeah, because oddly enough, I think Marcus Cook is still, he's not in the mainstream yet. Like, he's not, well, they just use CGI for mainstream, so never mind.
Yeah, the fact that more people don't know about Marcus Cook is like
In the
it's an
80s,
it's an
in the 80s, he would
insult.
have been known if he would have been doing this in the
Oh hell
80s.
yeah,
But yeah, just with CGI and stuff, it's just one of them things.
yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, he's one of the few effects artists that does really good gore anymore.
Have you thought about getting that MK Ultra mix or whatever?
I've seen people getting it, but I mean, I think he just kind of sends it out to people, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's through PayPal and all that.
That's cool. I mean, it would be neat.
Yeah.
I still want to pick up Rot.
Oh yeah. Didn't
I
you
was
get
go- I was
it?
go- I was going to get it, and but it turned out you couldn't ship out of state for some reason.
You mean out of country?
Yeah, yeah. So it is what it is. So I'm still on the lookout for a copy. But I've been
Grindhouse Video
hearing
doesn't have it. Have it?
not anymore. No, they
They
used
had
to.
it for the longest time.
No, and I regret not getting it now
Yeah.
because I've been checking some Facebook groups, and apparently it's like a lot of people are trying to find copies of it.
Wow.
It's really kind of annoying. But apparently I've been hearing some rumblings that Unearthed might be doing a limited edition run of Blu-rays of it.
Oh, okay.
So, fingers crossed.
Would you rather
I'd
had it
definitely
for?
look out for that.
Would you rather had it on VHS or Blu-ray?
I'd kind of like the VHS personally.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something about VHS with that style of movie that just works.
Yeah.
I always think I always can't help but think like like American Guinea Pig looks good on DVD and Blu-ray and
It
everything,
would
but
look
it would
badass on
probably
VHS.
yeah, and I mean because the quality downgrade would make it look better if that makes sense.
Yeah. Didn't they release those on VHS as like a limited thing?
They did, yeah, yeah. Some of I think they all got a limited VHS release actually.
I'm surprised you didn't
That'd
pick
be
any of
kind
them
of
up.
cool. Yeah, I think a lot of them were like the like Indiegogo, like
Oh, exclusives.
yeah, so it was like
If I was gonna
uh,
have one on VHS, it would have to be Bouquet.
definitely. The other ones are more cinematic,
Yeah.
where Bouquet is really like let's let's put this out on video and just scare the living crap out of people,
Yeah.
or at least out of what's his name, uh, who called the FBI on them
Oh
again.
yeah, Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, they got him both times.
Yeah, no, they did
Yeah,
it
they
again.
called him for Bouquet again. It's like, really?
Yeah, how do you fall for it a second time?
I know, especially when there's like nowadays. I can understand back then, the internet wasn't really a thing, and it was, he just gets this tape, and so someone apparently being butchered, I get it. But nowadays, a quick reverse image search and you find out, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
what Bouquet is.
definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was my number 7.
Yeah, my
What
number
about
7, I would definitely put Hellraiser Judgment.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I'm always a sucker for a new Hellraiser. film, and
I
besides the
yeah.
ending, the last scene, I was really
Mhm.
on board with it. I liked pretty much everything about it.
Yeah, so did I. I actually liked the last scene because it sets something up. It sets up the possibility, well, spoilers if
Yeah.
anyone's hearing this for the first time, he gets turned human at the end. Um,
I don't like the fact that they made him into a bum.
yeah, I mean, see, what I think it's they're gonna go with there. Did you ever read the Hellraiser comics, the ones from Boom Entertainment?
Uh, some of them, like when they first started, and I collected
Yeah,
like the Hellraiser bestiaries or whatever they're called. But
yeah,
I mean, as far as anything new in the past 2 years, no.
yeah. Because the newer stuff has they have a whole plot line where Pinhead gets turned human,
Yeah, I haven't read
and then
that.
it's a really neat little arc, where essentially how can I put it? He makes himself human. He like makes some deal with like Leviathan or whatever and turns human, and then when he's human, he like works to get power and stuff. It's really kind of neat, but it's something that could really be done interestingly in a sequel. Like if you could make it that they've essentially kicked him out of hell, you know, so now make it that the people who are still there all of a sudden decide, hey, we need Pinhead back. We got to bring him back, and in order to do it, they'd have to like overthrow the way things are and change everything around. There could be a lot of potential there,
Yeah.
And I just loved that scene with the angel though.
Oh yeah, that was badass. I like the
That
way.
angel is so damn pretentious the entire thing, and he's just kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna show you something.
Yeah, I like the dude who played Pinhead too. I thought
He did
the look was
such a
good.
good job. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people were really iffy about him at the beginning, but he there was a genuine love for the character, and you could tell he was having a good time playing it,
Yeah,
and he brought the respect that role deserves,
yeah,
unlike the guy in Revelations.
yeah, yeah. I liked.
I don't,
I thought it was a really solid Hellraiser entry.
yeah, for sure.
So what's your number six?
Number 6 is Hellfest.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's one of my
Yeah.
favorites. You'll see it on my list for sure.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm ranting about this now. Damn it. I'm pissed off. I'm up in Canada and we don't have a Blu-ray release.
Yeah, that's
We don't even have a DVD release.
yeah, that's crazy.
I don't get it. It's not even listed anywhere. The only listings you find are for the US release, and then they're wanting like like $40. I'm like, hell no.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'll buy it from American Amazon for like 19.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Y'all don't have it.
I know. All I can think is maybe it's like going to be coming out through a different company up here. But usually when that's the case, and it sounds a bit conceited to say this, but it's true. Usually when that's the case, we end up getting them first.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a release like usually, a few months before the States.
So
Admitted, it's usually not as good a release, but
when are you gonna bite the bullet and buy it from Amazon?
uh, uh, hopefully sooner rather than later.
Yeah. No, I
Because
watched it 3 times since I had it.
yeah, I really want to see it again. I really liked it.
Yeah, dude, the soundtrack, man. I mean, I'll talk about why I really liked it when
Yeah.
I get to it on my list, but
Yeah, yeah. It's a really solid flick, honestly. And it's almost like the rebirth of the slasher genre.
oh yeah,
I, I love it. I love, and hell, I just love that scene with the mallet.
oh yeah, that was badass. I like how the
Just go,
kid couldn't even lift it up; it was too heavy for him. But
yeah,
then the
and
killer
dude just
lifts it up
picks
with
up.
one hand,
Yeah, and it's like, yep.
and they actually show
And
his
you
head
could,
getting crushed.
that was awesome. And the part with the guillotine, oh man, that was
Yeah,
awesome. It comes down and it doesn't cut all the way
it
through.
just like big chunk in her neck.
So she's running with a giant. Yeah. Oh man, that was
Dude, I
great.
found that girl to
And
be
that
annoying though.
ending. Yeah.
Oh, the
And that
ending?
ending
Ooh.
though.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite endings of all time, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
Because it just sets up for a sequel, and you see all the other masks, and you're just like, did you see that?
and you're
Like,
like,
there's like this Asian devil mask or whatever he has, where it looks like an
yeah,
Asian devil, and it
yeah.
just,
So it makes you wonder, like, does he just go around like to different events
yeah. Well, they said that the Hellfest is
and kill
a
somebody?
traveling Halloween fest, so it takes place in different towns every Halloween and stuff.
Yeah.
So he must just
I.
travel around and kill people every Hellfest.
Yeah. Yeah. Really,
I
it's a
love how
solid
eerie it is
movie.
too, because in the beginning of the movie, remember he takes that couple's like reel of film or pictures,
Yeah.
and then at the end you
Yeah.
see him put the pictures in his little trophy chest or whatever.
Yeah. And you're just kind of like, well, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my six. What about you?
My six, I had. Where the hell is it? Oh yeah, Ghost Stories.
Nice.
Yeah, I just really, I really dug the movie. I thought it was just super entertaining. I thought it was quick, just because there's like
Yeah.
three different stories in it. You know, the acting was a lot better than I imagined.
Mm.
It just really surprised me because my first time hearing about it was from you,
Yeah.
and I think it came out. I remember getting it the same day as Hereditary,
Yeah.
and yeah, I just really dug it. I thought there was some genuinely kind of creepy moments in it.
Oh, for sure. And and I'll just say it right now. The stage production is actually a little bit creepier.
Yeah, you saw the movie, right?
Yeah, yeah, I got the Blu-ray of everything, and I love it.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, though, it didn't make my top 10.
really?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just forgot about it.
Yeah, I had a really good
Weird.
time with it.
It was a really solid movie,
Yeah,
and
I mean, there's not a whole lot I could say about it. There's not any like things that pinpointed why it was so high on my list, but the fact that it made
no,
that lasting of an impression, and I remember
yeah,
giving it that
that's
much.
what says something right there.
Yeah.
The fact that it makes an impression. Yeah.
So what are we on number six?
We just finished six. Yeah, so five. Should I go?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's Hellraiser Judgment is five.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so we've pretty much talked about that.
Yeah.
But
I didn't think it was gonna be on your list though, to be honest.
oh no, it was definitely on there. Hellraiser's always been one of my favorite series.
Yeah.
So I mean, I even actually kind of liked Revelations.
Oh, me too. I liked Revelations better than the last three sequels. I like it
Yeah,
better than Hell World, Hell Seeker, and Hell or not Hell Seeker, but whatever the one with the cult or whatever it is.
Deader.
Deader. I hate that one.
Yeah, I didn't mind Deader, but it wasn't. It was obviously another movie that got made into a Hellraiser movie.
Yeah.
You know, I get it. I get it when they do that, but Judgment and Revelations were, from what I know, both written as Hellraiser movies.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
Revelations I know was.
yeah, it's just a shame. Had they gotten the new guy to have played Pinhead then
Yeah.
in Revelations, it would have been a hell of a lot better.
The thing with
It was just
Revelations
the
too is it
wrong
feels
guy.
so cheap.
It does. It feels really cheap. And honestly, though, the thing is, there's a lot of stuff in Revelations that could have been fixed with better editing.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Well, it was
you
all
know,
single location pretty much,
yeah,
except
but
for the
still, I mean,
Tijuana.
like, yeah, it's like, the girl has, like, the sister or whatever has this camera that has all this evidence on it. It's like, why don't the police have that camera?
Yeah, I know.
It's like they should have found it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I really dig that movie.
Yeah. All in all, some good stuff. What's your number five?
See, I got Strangers 2 as number 5.
It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. There's just some movies that I thought were better, but
Yeah,
the next four movies are like a lot. They're amazing, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
just because Strangers 2 is number 5, it's still one of my favorite movies.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, anything really that makes the top 10 is pretty much must-see stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your number 4?
Number four, I got The Ritual.
The Ritual? All right,
Yeah,
well,
the Netflix
straight up,
movie.
my number 4 is the same thing. So, yeah,
There we go.
yeah, finally one
Yeah.
that equals up there. Yeah, I was blown away by the movie, and it's one of my. I'm so pissed that that's not getting a physical release.
I think it will eventually. Maybe not necessarily like a U.S. release,
Yeah,
but I'm sure it'll get maybe like a British release or like a German Blu-ray or something.
yeah, because
I'm
I
sure
think
of
if
it.
Netflix was gonna release it, it'd be released already.
No, I don't know. Netflix are a bit
Although
hit
I
or
don't
miss
think they'll
with
release
their.
it at all. Like, because I think they want people to subscribe to their channel,
That's true, but some stuff. I mean, the
like
Stranger
Stranger Things, but
Things
that's I think it's a rare exception,
and
just because that show's so huge.
yeah, the Castlevania animated thing. They've released that on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, I'd like to see a
but
physical release. It
have you
deserves it.
seen any Netflix movies though be released?
Like Netflix original movies.
Yeah, because that's what The Ritual is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Like, I'd say
like I
Creep,
said,
but that's not a Netflix original. They just
no,
debut on Netflix, but the DVDs don't say Netflix on them. But yeah, I can't think of a
no,
single Netflix movie that's been.
I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, maybe on the foreign market, simply because not everywhere has Netflix,
Yeah,
and every country has different stuff on their Netflix.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, as a movie, The Ritual is phenomenal.
Oh yeah. It has huge Blair Witch vibes and stuff.
Well, I've heard a lot of people saying essentially The Ritual is what they were hoping Blair Witch would have been.
Oh yeah. See,
You
they
know,
talk about the
I get it.
2016 Blair Witch
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
I mean, it kind
I
of
dig the
is what
2016.
I love. Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah.
I I thought they were really similar, to be honest. I mean,
Oh,
if I'm
they
gonna
are
be
definitely.
completely honest, I thought the creature in Blair Witch looked creepier.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, the
I
creature
think
in the
the thing
ritual looked
is,
freaky as hell too, but
yeah, I think what the whole thing is like the fact that the ritual is like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like it's not like first person camera.
yeah,
It's
it's like
not
an
like
actual
found
movie.
footage. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people were really kind of hoping for with Blair Witch.
See, I
That
think
they'd
with
go
Blair
with a
Witch,
with a
people are gonna
more.
complain no matter what.
That's true.
Because I think of the second one
That's
wasn't
true.
found footage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and honestly, it's a good movie. Part two's a good movie.
Yeah. Oh, I love
I
them
mean,
all. The Blair Witch 2016 one was one of my favorite movies of 2016.
yeah, it was a damn good movie. I
Like, I
mean,
remember sitting in theaters, and it ended. There was only like five people in the theater, and I remember
mm,
everyone in the theater was like out loud talking about how bad it sucked and all that. And I
mhm.
didn't say anything because I walked out. I was like, damn, that movie was badass.
Yeah, I mean, it's the sort of thing. It was just it was a good movie.
Yeah, but this
You
ritual
know?
pretty much it felt like the same movie to me, but the movie's so good that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, and I loved some of the performances in it,
Yeah.
like that like the one like whiny guy, the guy
See,
that
I don't
like
know if I
twists his
remember
ankle or whatever.
characters
Yeah,
that
it
well.
was the one character that like twisted his leg or whatever, and that was the reason they had to tried to get through this forest.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna
He was
give that a
so
rewatch
whiny and
soon.
everything. It's definitely worth it,
Because I remember certain scenes, I
honestly.
remember the forest and stuff, but as far as like
Yeah,
individual character personalities, I don't remember too well.
yeah. I love the creature in it though. Honestly,
Oh yeah,
it was so cool. Like what is it? Is this like giant deer elephant
with the human hands and stuff.
with human hands? Yeah, and it's like, and then it's brought out that it's like a Jotun, which is pretty damn cool.
Yeah,
All in all, really solid movie.
yeah,
Yeah, again, if people haven't seen The Ritual, get on Netflix and watch it. Um, Ignore what Netflix have written
yeah, definitely.
because it doesn't do it justice.
Yeah,
It really
it's
does.
their best movie for sure.
Yeah.
So what's your number three?
Number three is interesting because I actually have like two releases, and the way this is it's like one was actually filmed back in 2016, but didn't come out like on wide release or whatever until 2018. So I'll cover that one first. That's The Heretics.
Oh, okay.
It's yeah, it's a movie from Black Fawn
Yeah, I know you've been talking
Films.
about it.
It is badass. It really is. It's a really solid cult movie,
Yeah,
and it's just an interesting premise. The premise is this 5 years before the events in the movie, this girl gets kidnapped by this cult. So they strap her to this table and everything, and then they all kill themselves.
wow.
You
So
know,
she's
and
just
then
left there.
yeah, and then X amount of years later, whatever, they take her again, and there's a reason for it, and it's wild, and it's a really good movie. I recommend to everyone listening, if you haven't seen The Heretics, try to find a copy. It's awesome.
What is the
And the
only
only
way to buy
reason
it was from Black Fawn?
you can get it from Black Fawn, and from Black Fawn Distributing, and I think you can get it from Amazon Canada, and you can get it from, if you live in Canada, you can get it from Sunrise Records. They sell it. Um, but it's a really solid movie. It's by the guys that did Bite.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't see that, but
So
I remember hearing about it.
Bite's a really good movie too. That's like body horror to its extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as for like the more wider release one for part three, I got Puppet Master Littlest Reich.
Yeah, that was actually my number three also. I was about to say Puppet Master.
Yeah.
Just
Uh,
that's the most entertaining Puppet Master movie, hands down.
yeah, for sure.
And
And
I
I
like
mean,
how they got the classics in there. They got Torch, they got Tunneler. You know what I mean?
yeah. My only complaint about it, and it's very minor complaint, is that I wish there'd been a bit more puppet variety.
Yeah,
Like you'd see all these different versions of Blade,
yeah, dude. They
and
introduced some really badass ones though, like Baby Fuhrer.
the Baby Fuhrer, that was hilarious. I saw that and I'm like, oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, but
I
remember
was
it's
just
like
like,
operating the dude like a puppet, like
yeah,
it's like in his back.
yeah,
And then there's
oh
the
man,
one where I don't remember what the hell it is, but it's like a gas tank or something, like a little gas
yeah,
tank. Remember it's like pumping the dude's blood out and everything.
yeah, there's that one. Then there's that frog.
Yeah, that was weird. And then the
I know,
drone one who decapitates the dude while he's taking a piss.
yeah. That scene just made me laugh because his head fell in the toilet
Yeah.
and he kept pissing.
Yeah, there was some crazy gore scenes. Like, I like how the one girl, the guy's like, grab on the back of my shirt. He's trying to run in the place for safety. And then he
Yeah.
walks in the place and the girl's hands are still grabbing onto his shirt.
Oh yeah.
But there was a lot of, like,
I
laugh out loud gore scenes in that.
oh yeah. It was a gorehound's like dream.
Yeah, remember the one dude, he's sleeping with that girl and he gets the back of his tendons cut?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
why he's, hooking up with her?
Yeah. And what's really neat about it is so they made the puppets scary.
Yeah.
And they all seemed like legitimate threats.
Oh, yeah.
I've said it before sometimes in some of like the commentaries we've done for the Puppet Master movies and everything. Some of the puppets, you're like, there's no real threat here. It's like
No.
just kick it.
Y-
Like Pinhead's coming at you, just kick him.
Yeah.
And some way where in this, all of them seem to have like a genuine ability, if you will, to like kill.
Yeah.
And Torch looked badass.
Yeah, dude. Torch looks sick. He was probably
Yeah,
my favorite. Well, I like Tunneler's upgrade too.
yeah. I
Blade, I
still
don't know
think
if I was a huge fan of Blade's new look, but
I kind of dig it, but in the same way, it's got this real kind of creepy look to it.
yeah,
At least the main blade, like there were the other like offshoots
yeah. No, I see what
that
you mean.
had been different looks, but the main one that the guy had was just I don't know. It looked like a I don't know like a like an Auschwitz victim or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like real gaunt looking and it was just
yeah.
kind
No,
of
I see what you
disturbing.
mean.
Yeah. And what did you think though about the decision to make Andre Toulon a Nazi?
I liked it just because there's so much Nazi kind of. The whole series has like a weird Nazi overtone to it for some reason.
Yeah.
But I dug it. I thought the effects were kind of cool too, with him in the tomb and all that.
Oh yeah. That was pretty damn badass. Uh all in all, it was kind of like it was a fresh breath of air into an otherwise stale series.
Yeah,
You know, and it was pretty damn awesome.
yeah. I want to give one more honorable mention here because I realized I wrote one extra one down on my list. And
hmm
since we both said Puppet Master or whatever,
Yeah.
because I think you know what my obvious two are going to be, my top two.
Yeah.
But I want to give a special shout out to, where the hell is it? Pie Wacket.
I still haven't seen that.
For
I
real?
really want to see that. Yeah, I haven't been able to find a copy up here.
Yeah, I had to put it on my list just because that movie's so sick. Like, do you
Yeah.
have any idea what it's about or no?
Not really. I mean, I know you've told me about it before, and you said it's really good.
Yeah, the one chick, the main chick, she's like a metalhead, like into black
Yeah.
metal and all that stuff. And
Oh, that's cool.
I think her parents divorced and she's got to go live with her mom in like this
Mm,
cabin. There's like these woods and stuff, and she ends up just being really depressed, and she's like real into like Satan and all that, and she ends up
mm.
like checking this book out at the library, like how to summon demons and all that. And of course she goes fooling around with it, does this like little ritual thing in the woods, and it ends up going wrong, and she ends up summoning this like demon called the Pie
Yeah.
Wacket. But like the last half hour, I'd say, when you start seeing this demon, dude,
hmm
it's creepy looking, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's like this woman, but her head's like upside down, and she like
Ooh.
moves like the Asian, like where the bones are cracking and
Oh
all that.
yeah, that's
It's
cool.
really creepy though, but yeah, it's just really cool because the girl's real relatable, being like a metalhead outcast type thing, and you know what I mean.
That's cool.
And it's
Yeah.
a lot of like drama and character development because at first you're kind of with her, you're like, yeah, the mom seems like a bitch and all that, and you're kind of
Yeah.
with her, but then she starts feeling bad for the mom, and it's weird. They end up like making up, and they end up being cool and stuff, but she's already summoned this demon to kill her mom and all that. So it's like
Yeah.
it's a good movie. I think it's one of the better, if not the best, IFC film. I mean, Ghost Stories was on my list and stuff, and there's a lot of IFC films I like Kill List, and
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a ton of them. But yeah, Pie Wacket I think is the best IFC film for sure.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to try to find a copy of that
Yeah, that sucks you
because
couldn't find it. That was like $12 at Walmart when it came out.
I know I don't know what the deal is. I mean, I think sometimes it's like a rights thing. Like they won't have it like licensed to come out over here. So
Yeah,
some company over here has to get it and license it. Yeah, it's weird. You know, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna look for a copy of that.
yeah, it's definitely like cult demon summoning movie with metal. So
That's cool. I just love the fact you're like, yeah, she went to the library and got this book on how to summon demons.
Yeah, that's literally what happened. And I
That
think it
seems
was
to
like
be
a school library.
that seems to be a thing this year, honestly. Like Slender Man, for example. There's a whole thing in that, like where there's this they go online and within like 2 seconds of going online they find like the ritual on how to summon Slender Man. They find it on the internet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to go a bit into that because it's sort of connected with that, like how you just mentioned that there, but like the simplicity of like, it shouldn't be that easy to summon creatures from like nether realms,
Yeah, it does make it a
you
little
know?
more realistic, though. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it
at
does
least,
make it.
from a library.
Yeah, it does make it creepier for like a movie too. Like, oh, you can, just look it up online and it could happen. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One thing I thought with like Slender Man, for example, as an example, um, I wish they'd done something with like the dark web.
Yeah.
Been it the like if you wanted like to find this ritual or whatever, you'd like go onto the dark web and you'd find it there.
See,
That would have made more sense, but it's literally they went into Google, they typed in like Slender Man. It was like the second like hit, like how to summon Slender Man.
is Slender Man like as bad as people say it is?
It's not as bad as people say. I mean,
Do you
I
actually
think.
see the Slender Man?
Oh yeah, you see him, and it's done by Javier Botet,
Yeah.
the guy did Creatures and Wreck and everything, and Pan's Labyrinth and all those things.
Yeah.
I think he was in Pan's Labyrinth as well. I don't know. He's creepy. He does creature things really well. The thing is, though, if you can find it for like 10 to 15 bucks, it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun, Um, it's let me put it this way: it's not a good movie. If someone says to you here, like, here's this Blu-ray, I'll sell you it for like 30 bucks, you'd be like, no, it's not worth that. Not even for a second. But like I said, 10, 12 bucks, around there, it's worth a pickup. It's okay.
Yeah. It
You
just
know,
I feel hear so many people shit all over it.
I think a lot of it is, again, the expectations were really high. And honestly, it's a movie that should have come out 10 years ago
Yeah.
at the height of like Slender Mania. You know, they waited too long.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. They
And
should
as
have
a
released
result,
it earlier.
yeah, if it had come out back then, it would have been a hit. I'm sure of it. But well, the thing is, though, again, it made money. You know,
Yeah.
there
I
there's
wish
so-
they'd
there
make another one of just a little more. Because I heard it's just real cookie cutter, like real just
it
generic.
is. It
Yeah, see,
is.
I wish they'd like just make a new one where they actually made it like freaky. You know what I mean? Like the Slender
Yeah.
Man actually.
Oh yeah, you want to see a freaky Slenderman movie? You pick up Always Watching.
Oh yeah,
It's a Marble Hornets movie
yeah,
based on that web series they did.
yeah,
And that is just awesome.
yeah. I thought that the original story was creepy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the thing is, there's so much you can do with a character like Slender Man.
Yeah,
But
I mean he has a creepy design.
yeah, you know, but it's kind of wasted.
Yeah.
Well, before we get to the numbers 1 and 2, do you have any missed opportunity movies?
Hmm.
Like a movie that was okay but should have been great.
Oh man, I can't think of any off the top of my head that I thought. There's not any that really stick out like that for me.
Yeah, I just got one,
What?
and that's The Nun.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah. I
Yeah,
totally blacked
it
that movie out of my mind.
yeah, it's a fun movie. It has a creepy character. It has a great setting.
I
It
found
has
it to be
some
boring as hell. Like there was a couple
that's
scenes that stood out. It's just boring.
yeah, that's the problem. There's it by all rights it should have been a hit, but it's just like I don't know, like
I think it
everything
was a
fell a
hit.
little
Like I
bit
think
short.
it made a lot of money.
Yeah, I meant like I mean like a hit, like as in like a really good movie.
Yeah.
It should have been Conjuring 2 level,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
I was expecting a lot of things. Put it this way, I thought the scene in Conjuring 2 with the
mm,
nun standing in that hallway with that creepy like wallpaper,
yeah, that was
that was
terrifying.
creepier to me than the nun. I think what makes the nun not as creepy to me is it's in like an old convent type thing somewhere I'll never
Yeah,
go. It's
yeah,
creepier to me to like just wake up in the middle of the night and see it like in your own house, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
for
so that
sure.
I think I would want a nun movie where it's like in modern time haunting people
Yeah,
in their own houses, you know what I mean? Because
yeah. I mean, it's the sort of thing. Like I said, it's a creepy design. You know, there were some really good scenes in it, but a lot of stuff just fell short,
yeah,
and it's a shame, really, because I actually enjoyed The Nun. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I actually enjoyed it, but it's not as good as it could have been. It's not as good as it should have been.
yeah.
And they should have tied together um, the what's her name? Who starred in it? Oh, I can't remember her name. Farmiga chick, the younger Farmiga
Yeah,
chick.
Thaisa Farmiga.
Yeah, they should have tied her in with Vera Farmiga's character
Like it was her
somehow.
grandmother or something, or
Yeah, or that, or even something along the lines of like when the demon was being exorcised by Vera Farmiga's character, that the demon like saw like a resemblance,
yeah,
and that's why it's now attacking her in Conjuring 2.
yeah. They should have. I mean, I'm sure we'll get a sequel to that. So
I'm sure. Well, I mean, hell, there's already another Annabelle coming out.
yeah, I mean that first Annabelle was hated, and they pumped another one out. So I'm sure we'll get another
Yeah,
Nun. I think just the whole
yeah.
Conjuring universe just rakes in money.
I'm sure it does. And I mean, the fact of the matter is there's so many stories of like Ed and Lorraine Warrens,
Yeah,
so they'll they'll keep pumping them out as long as there's stories. But yeah, that's just one movie though that was a complete missed opportunity.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now let's get to our number two.
Yep.
I assume it's the same one, Hereditary.
Mine's Halloween.
What you rated Hereditary higher than Halloween?
Yeah, I know it's hard to believe,
Wow.
but what the hell? My number two is Halloween. Your number two is Hereditary. I'm guessing your number one is Halloween,
Yeah.
and my number one is Hereditary. We'll talk about them both at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, uh,
I'm shocked. I thought for sure Halloween was gonna be your number one.
I loved Halloween, and honestly, it was one of the best movies of the year. But
Was it
there's
just
just
because
something.
Hereditary was just an original
Yeah,
concept?
Hereditary was just something so different to what I'd seen before.
Now when it was in,
Where
now when it was like
mm,
coming out, because I think I'd
mm,
seen it before. Oh no, we saw it same day actually.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like were you as hyped for it, or were you kind of just meh about it, like when you were going to see it, or
At first, I was kind of meh.
yeah,
Then I watched some of the trailers, whatever. I saw some of the hype being built up behind it, and I thought, well, the thing is, at first,
it was getting real hyped up.
yeah, at first, so they were playing it up like it was going to be like a witch movie,
Yeah,
and at first I wasn't too hyped about that. But then, I learned like a possession flick and everything. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll give this a shot, and I was thoroughly impressed. I I still believe to this day, if the kid, the son and the mother, if they don't get at least nominations for Oscars, it's
see, are the Oscars done? Has it already happened?
it hasn't happened yet, but I
I
don't
know
know about the
some big award
nominations or
show.
anything.
I know some big
Yeah,
award
the,
show
the
happened.
Golden Globes happened.
Uh, I'd get
Oh, did,
prepared.
did
I don't think Hereditary is gonna win.
I don't think it's going to win, but I mean, damn it, it should be. at least nominated.
Yeah, I think that Quiet Place is gonna sweep it.
I could see that. I mean, I haven't watched it yet.
Neither have I. It doesn't. I've
You
seen
know,
clips of it. There's just something about it that doesn't look
I
intriguing
I
to me.
know. I know. It's like I have that sometimes. I hear about something, people rave about it, and I just have no interest, and I
Yeah,
don't know why. You know, by all rights, it probably should appeal to me. A good example of that is The Walking Dead.
yeah. I tried to get
People
into it.
rave
I
about The
can't.
Walking Dead. I watched literally the first episode. I thought it was all right, but
Yeah, I
I
think if
have
you're not a
never
horror
watched
fan,
anymore.
it's good. But to me,
Yeah,
I'm zombied out. I don't want anything with zombies.
I think if you do something with zombies, you need to make it. You need to do something different. You know,
Yeah,
you need to make it special somehow. Where honestly, The Walking Dead is just a zombie story.
yeah,
There's nothing overly special about it. It's just like every other zombie tale, if you will. You know.
yeah. But back to Hereditary. Yeah, if that Tony Collette or that kid don't get nominated for anything, it's a shame.
It is because I mean both of those performances were like superb.
Yeah, and it's a perfect movie too, just because it's one of those ones where it needs rewatches.
Oh, definitely. The second time you watch it, you see more than you saw the first time.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's one of those ones where
third,
you notice more stuff every watch.
yeah, yeah, it's a great flick.
Yeah, man. I'm
You
still
know,
surprised
all
Halloween
around.
ain't your number one.
Yeah, I think it's just the fact of Hereditary left a bigger mark.
Yeah,
Where for me, the New Halloween was kind of like a rebirth of a classic.
yeah,
Whereas Hereditary Halloween is a certified masterpiece.
yeah,
It's a perfect sequel.
yeah, man. Yeah,
Some people go on like about how it's not, but they're full of shit.
yeah,
Um, I believed every character's like story arc. I could see how Laurie Strode got to where she is in this movie from the character she was at the end of part one.
yeah,
I can see, you know, the evolution, if you will, of Michael Myers.
yeah. See, I
You
thought,
know?
yeah, I just loved the new Halloween. I think the cinematography on it is what really got me. Like that long
Oh yeah.
shot where it's just like one take or like one long shot of him going to the shed, getting the hammer.
Oh, I
Then
love
he
that.
kills the woman, then looks at the baby, and then it shows him walking across the street. Then remember he stabs that one chick in the neck who
Yeah.
she like in the
It's like,
window. That's all one take. You know what I mean? Or one
yeah.
shot. It's just stuff like that that really sticks out. And then like for some reason, just the way I don't know who to give props to, the director or the cinematographer, because just the scene too where the drunk kid stumbles in that backyard.
Oh, I love that scene.
Yeah, he's all drunk and he's like, you ever had a girl you like not like you back, blah blah blah, and he's just standing there. But
Yeah.
you're kind of it's funny because you're talking about you think about Laurie Strode, you know what I mean? Like he wants to kill her but
Yeah.
can't do it and all that. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden he's like, "You're really sketching me out." It's like
That was awesome. It
telling
was like,
Michael Myers he's sketching you out.
yeah, I mean, I think he got bigger problems there.
Yeah, and I like how
Um,
he looks back, and Michael Myers is like right up in his face,
yeah,
and then impales him on like a fence or whatever.
I know that. Apparently, the director said when he was a kid or whatever, he saw some movies or whatever, and he said, if ever I make a horror movie, this is how I want to kill somebody.
Yeah,
And that's exactly how he did it.
yeah, that's a badass scene.
It is, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, I just love just the way he carried himself. Like you could tell he's old man. You know what I mean? Like when he's walking
Oh
into
yeah,
that kitchen, has a little hunched over. he's not walking as spry as he was, you know what I mean? And like the
Yeah,
way he turns, you could tell it's an older dude. Like that scene where he picks up the
yeah.
hammer and walks into the kitchen, that's got to be Nick Castle. You know what I mean?
I would
It's
assume
got to be
so.
the older actor.
Yeah, it's an all-around great performance, honestly. And the thing is, like, yeah, he's an old guy, but he's still got the menace,
Yeah.
and he's still got the like, I'm gonna kill you type thing.
Oh yeah.
Where
I
that's
will.
one thing I always remember in Halloween H2O, where the cops are talking at the beginning and they're like Michael Myers, he's got to be like over like 60 now or whatever, and like he's like a geriatric or something, and it's
Yeah.
like, uh, just because someone's I mean they're not still a badass.
Yeah. I Yeah, definitely. I I'm really excited to see the movie again.
Yeah, so am I. I mean,
And you're definitely picking it up tomorrow.
definitely 100%.
Yeah, so tomorrow we'll record a commentary for the new Halloween.
For sure.
Because
I
I'm actually going to get it
Yeah,
tonight and watch it before we do the
that's cool.
commentary.
You're picking up the 4K, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, oh, yeah. That's definitely one I got to pick up on 4K. I mean, I don't know how much
Definitely.
of a difference it'll make, but
Well, the thing is, like a lot of stuff nowadays, when filmed digitally, it's filmed in 4K, so it's made in 4K.
yeah.
So
And the 4K really
if
helps
you,
the nighttime scenes.
yeah,
Gives you
I'm
more
quite
layers
sure
of
because I mean,
detail at night.
yeah, and also like I know just obviously from DVD to Blu-ray the amount of jump that there is there, and when you look at Blu-ray compared to 4K, it's not as big a jump,
Yeah.
but it's still a pretty significant picture quality difference.
Yeah, and what I like too is just the color grading's a lot different.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, where you really see is the darkness, like just the shadow and stuff, and like the blacks are just a lot more deep. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
like what I'm sure is gonna stick out is like when you see the flames and the pumpkins and stuff like that, and like
Oh yeah,
with
definitely.
the pumpkin melting in the beginning and stuff, it'll probably stick out and stuff like that.
Yeah, I really liked that opening. I thought it was a really like classy opening.
Yeah. But anyways, so that was our list for top 2018. Pretty much what
Yep.
I expected.
Yeah.
So what's a few titles you're really looking forward to this year?
There's a lot of good stuff coming up. Definitely It Chapter 2.
Oh yeah, I think
That
September
goes.
of this year.
Yeah, I'm day one. Well, hell, day zero. I'm gonna go the night before. Um, I'm expecting good things.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's
You
a
know.
no-brainer. Especially
Yeah.
because it's in today's time and now they're dealing with adults.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the sort
So
of
they
thing.
should make it more creepy for me since I'm an adult living in modern time.
Yeah, exactly. You know. I mean, it's the thing. I guess also it's like easier to scare kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Because I
interested
mean,
to see what he does in this one.
yeah. Because I mean, honestly, like, how many adults do you know are like afraid of like, um, you know, like a picture,
Yeah. Yeah, so
or afraid of like, I don't know, like some of the stuff from the first one, like like a clown.
yeah.
There are people creeped out by him, but honestly, who's really afraid of clowns?
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be interesting to say the least. I mean, and I wonder whether they're going to go like in the book. In the book, when they come back as adults, Pennywise is much more vicious.
Oh, really?
You know? Yeah, there's like where like before, like when they were kids, it was kind of like like I'm gonna eat these kids. But when they come back as adults, it's like you're the people that hurt me. Like I am gonna mess you up.
Yeah.
You know, and there's almost like an anger and like a rage in it that wasn't there in when they were kids. So I'm hoping, they do something like that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to that because that's going to be awesome. Another thing, not quite horror, but I know it's filming in 2019, is they're doing the new version of Dune,
Oh yeah. I like
and
that
I'm
the
super hyped
director.
about that.
I like that they got that Blade Runner director.
Yeah, and they've got
He
a
seems
couple of
perfect
people
for it.
cast. Yeah, yeah, and they've got a couple of people cast already. They got Dave Batista, which is odd,
Well, he was
but
in the new Blade Runner.
yeah. The thing is, he's actually a pretty decent actor when he wants to be.
Yeah.
You know, um, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Uh,
What
let's
about
see.
Us? That movie Us, the new Jordan Peele movie?
That's one I'm looking forward to tentatively
Yeah.
because my thought was this. I liked Get Out,
Yeah.
but it wasn't the end all be all of horror that people made it out to be.
No, I just rewatched it recently. I still don't think it is.
Yeah, it I think it'll be interesting. I mean, the idea of like doppelgangers and everything is a genuinely like creepy premise.
Yeah.
You know,
Like, I
yeah,
wonder how much of that trailer really stuck with me just because of the song. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That I Got Five on It song, just because it's a
yeah.
classic. I wonder if like that's what made me love that trailer so much.
It could be. I don't know. So I'm tentatively hyped for it. Like I hope it comes out. I hope he does a really good job, and I hope he goes on to do a really good version of Candyman.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's not going to be 2019, I don't think. But
No, that'll be 2020, I'm sure.
yeah,
But
are you stoked for his version of the Twilight Zone though?
it'll be interesting. The
That's
thing
so
is,
weird that he's turning into like some horror king now.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, which is it. Well, hell, more power to him if he does. You can't go wrong with horror.
Yeah.
Horror's universal. Another thing that's probably coming out in 2019, The Joker
Oh yeah.
with
You already
Joaquin
know I'm
Phoenix.
hyped for that. I got the tattoo before it even came out.
I know, how hardcore is that?
I just like the way he looked. It's like someone told me
Yeah,
they're like, "What if the movie comes out and it just ends up sucking?" It's like,
it's like
well, it still looks badass.
exactly. Just because a movie itself is kind of like crappy or whatever, doesn't mean it doesn't have some cool like visuals.
Yeah.
And honestly though, I think they've got to a point now, like DC stuff is like really kicking it,
Yeah.
and they really seem to be doing a really good like job with it, you know um for the most part. I mean, I know a lot of people didn't like Justice League and everything, but it was pretty damn cool,
Yeah.
honestly.
I know a lot of
you know
people are digging Aquaman.
yeah, it's made more than The Dark Knight.
That's crazy.
I know. That kind of blows you
Because
away right
Dark
there.
Knight's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, I loved The Dark Knight. I remember when I saw it in theater, I was just like, yeah,
Oh, it
this
blew
movie
my
isn't
mind
about
when I saw
Batman.
it in theater.
Yeah, I just loved like a psychotic version of the Joker.
Yeah. I'm real interested
Because
to
we've
see Joaquin
seen,
Phoenix's version though, just because he's like, I would consider one of the best actors of modern time.
yeah,
And to
yeah,
see
for
him
sure.
really do it, you know what I mean? And the makeup is so sick looking. Like it looks just like how Gacy had his makeup.
Yeah, I'm sure they went, they took that into account. Oh, are you going to be picking up in 2019 those Unearthed Extreme titles that they're releasing?
The too extreme for mainstream?
Yeah, like the
Probably
one
not
about,
because they didn't go with my suggestion.
what did you
Um,
suggest?
I don't even remember. It was
Because
some.
I
It
know,
was something stupid though. I remember I
yeah,
said. I don't remember what
I
it
know
was.
they got like a Gacy one there.
Really?
That's apparent. Yeah, it's apparently like super twisted and stuff. So
Oh, I'll pick anything up with Gacy. I still
yeah,
haven't even picked up the Unnameable. Like, I like unearthed films, but it's not
yeah,
really a label I have to pay that much attention to because, to be
they're
honest,
always going to be there. Honestly,
yeah, and they release a lot of titles that I just have no interest in, just for like budget wise or whatever.
yeah,
Like obviously, like all the Phil Stevens movies and the Guinea Pig movies, and you know what I
yeah,
mean, stuff that's like, or that they feel is good enough to put out on Blu-ray. Like, I'm interested
yeah,
on that Dis movie,
yeah, yeah. That looks kind of interesting.
but there's a lot of stuff they release that I just have no interest in. Like, the Vomit Slaughter Dolls thing. I think is,
Yeah,
I can't stand those movies.
I've come to the conclusion that those are more like they're closer to fetish movies than they are like horror.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't have any interest in that black metal veins just because of that. It's
Yeah,
that director.
I'm interested in watching that. I've got the Blu-ray. I'm gonna watch it eventually because that, from what I know, is like all pretty much real.
Yeah,
There's some like scripted scenes, but the people are actual like like drug addicts and everything. And
wow,
apparently one of them actually like dies while they're filming the movie.
wow.
Yeah, and so but he made them all sign waivers before they started filming.
So that girl on the cover was an actual addict or whatever?
Yeah, yeah. You see her in it, and she looks. The, the thing is, she looks rough, but she still looks kind of good,
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Like you can see how she would have been very attractive.
yeah. I mean, you could
If
see that in real
she
life,
wasn't,
though.
yeah, if she wasn't like a complete crackhead.
Yeah, I could walk down the street and point out 10
Yeah,
girls like that.
yeah. It looks interesting, so I'll give it a shot. Uh, yeah, but yeah, other new stuff coming out. Let's take a look here. Oh, the new Pet Cemetery.
Is it bizarre that I have no interest in it?
Not really. I mean, the first one's like like a certified classic.
Yeah, there's
I
just
will.
something about... I'll watch it.
Yeah,
I'm not overly hyped for it, though. Like, I'm not counting down. Like, I completely forgot about it till you just mentioned it. Put it that way.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, I just dig what's his name as.
John Lithgow.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
love John Lithgow, dude.
you can put him in just about anything that's awesome.
Yeah, he plays a good psycho. Like, he played a crazy dude in Dexter.
Yeah.
And there's a movie I still haven't watched yet, but from Criterion called Blowout. And he's like
Yeah.
the psycho dude.
Mhm.
But other than that, I don't think there's too many other movies coming out in 2019. Or at least any that
Yeah,
they've,
I've got
like,
a
announced.
yeah, I've got a list here. Let's see. So is It Chapter 2, The Curse of Lil Lorna. That looks really creepy.
Yeah.
Um, The New Mutants.
Ugh.
That's
I'm not looking forward to that at all.
I don't know because apparently they're giving it like it's listed under horror.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
they're
know they're
really
trying to make a horror
apparently.
movie out of it, but
I'm cool with it. If they can make it work, I'm all down. You
yeah.
know. There's Happy Death Day to You.
I'm not excited, but I'll
I'll,
watch
I'll
it.
yeah, I'll see it as well. I dug the first one.
Yeah,
It
it
is what
didn't
it is.
blow my mind, but it was entertaining
Yeah.
enough.
There's the new Grudge movie coming out.
That I'll definitely see.
Yeah, that'll be good. Zombieland 2.
Could care less.
I know.
Too
The
late. It
f-
took too long.
yeah,
They should
way
have
too long.
struck like 5 years ago.
Yeah, for sure. Then there's what's out right now, Escape Room. I've heard a lot of good
I've heard
stuff
good
about
things.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
I've heard
probably just
essentially
wait
it's
till it's
Cube.
out on Blu-ray. I love Cube,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I've heard essentially it's like a modern day version of Cube.
yeah, I'm
So
real interested in it. It has that girl from the Daredevil show in it too.
yeah. Then there's Three from Hell.
Yeah, of course.
That'll be
Is
good.
that supposed to be 2019?
Yeah, 2019 says. And there's one called Velvet Buzzsaw.
Yeah, that looks crazy. That's gonna be that actually looks really good. You
Yeah,
haven't seen the trailer for that yet?
I think I've seen the trailer for it.
It's gonna be a Netflix exclusive, like Jake Gyllenhaal. He's like works at an art museum or whatever.
That's
And
cool.
Tony Collette is actually in it too, and so is
Oh,
John
sweet.
Malkovich. And it's
Damn.
like art where this artist dude, he's crazy, and his paintings come to life. And if you like look at them too long, like the paintings will come to life and kill you.
That's cool.
Dude, yeah, when we're done with this podcast, look up the trailer to Velvet Buzzsaw. It looks amazing.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna give that a shot. Then there's one called The Turning.
Never
I have
heard of
no
it.
clue what it is, but it looks like there's a picture of Marilyn Manson on it.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna go into this and just take a look and see what it says. The Turning 2019. Uh, I don't know why there's a picture of uh, hired to take care of two orphans. A young nanny starts to believe their country mansion is haunted. Oh, I think it's a version of The Turning of the Screw.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Why is there a picture of Marilyn Manson there?
Maybe he's
Oh,
in it.
I don't know. It's got Finn Wolfhard in it.
Okay.
Mackenzie Davis. I don't know. I don't know. Then there's In Tall Grass. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's based on something by Stephen King. So
Oh, I've heard of that
yeah,
novella or whatever. It's like a novella.
that could be cool. World War Z 2. Not interested.
Nah, could care less.
Captive State. I think that's that one about like a bunch of like girls or something that are like are in like a girls' school or something. I don't know. Oh no, it's not. It's about set in Chicago neighborhood, a decade after an occupation by extraterrestrial forces. Hmm, maybe. And then there's the Lighthouse from the people that did The Witch.
Oh, I'll check that out for sure.
Yeah, that looks like it could be pretty good. Uh,
I'm sure there'll be a lot more movies announced in the next
yeah,
few months.
and and Midsummer. I have no clue what that is.
Nah.
There's not even a picture. Yeah, but I mean, hopefully they continue with the trend from this year. You know, with some good horror and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, they should announce some bigger movies soon.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This Midsummer thing is directed by Ari Aster.
Is that the dude from Hereditary?
I think it is. Yeah, the guy that directed Midsummer, upcoming horror film written and directed by Ari Aster, stars Jack Rayner, Florence Pugh, Will Poulter.
Will Poulter's that dude who they were going to have play Pennywise originally.
Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. A couple travels to Sweden to visit their friend's rural hometown for its fabled Midsummer Festival. What begins as an idyllic retreat quickly devolves into an increasingly violent and bizarre competition at the hands of a pagan cult.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think
Yeah,
it
so
is from the Hereditary director.
yeah, I think so.
So I'll
It's
check it out no matter what.
Ari Aster. Uh, yeah, he did Hereditary.
Yeah. And it's about a
It,
cult, so
yeah, it seems like it could be pretty damn good. So,
yeah. So that was our
oh, that's
2018 pretty much roundup episode.
yeah,
So we wanted to keep it kind of short and sweet and just have it be the list for people that wanted to just hear the lists.
yeah, yeah,
But
for sure.
yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed it. This is Corey's Crypt.
And there's BDG reviews.
All right, man. Peace.
Yep, peace. Oh, cool. Yeah. A knife over there?
Huh?
I'm just asking my dad if my knife is there. No, I got scissors here. This will do.